Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Relics, and today I have for you an Advanced Wars match, and as you guys can clearly see, it is a big map. Haha, hence the title, The Big Map. Yes, it is really called Big Map, that's the map name. It was a very large multiplayer map that I was like, hey, let's do it, sure, why not? It's Fog of War. You guys can see that clearly. There's some comm towers on the outside, a lot of bases, some ports, airports, you got everything. You literally have everything on this map. It is a huge terrain filled map from corner to corner, you know, side to side. It's big. It's a big map. Obviously it's not like the largest map ever, but this map definitely gave me issues as far as this layout is concerned. So A, I do apologize, I cannot make it any larger than this while showing the entire map. B, it's going to be hard for me to go over this map as well for myself on the replay viewer, just because if I try to zoom out even just a tiny bit, zoom in, you guys will lose the commanding officer, you know, roster. You guys can't see it anymore, and I lose a portion of the map on the very bottom. So hence the reason why we are like this. We're in this situation where the map itself is tiny. It's even smaller on my screen, and if I try to zoom in on my web browser, it gets even smaller. So yeah, there really is no easy way to do this replay, but I did want to share this because it is very interesting. Me personally, I've played a good amount of these multiplayer type matches, but this is probably the biggest one I've played, and it was a lot of fun for me, at least. You guys can see here on the right side, you guys can see Wild King here in the red star. Sorry, red star. It is red, but it's Orange Star Army. My apologies, I have no idea what happened there. K34, oh, by the way, he's Olaf. K34 is also Olaf in the Blue Moon. Passiony, I think, is Kindle in Green Earth. Big Dave 76 as Drake on Yellow Comets. And we go down even more. Bull Giraffe over here is Kindle. They're in, well, I forget what army that is. Umber Wilds, that's what it was called. Umber Wilds. Sorry, I'm not a big fan of the monkeys. You know, I think it's an interesting design choice for sure, but I wasn't a big fan of the monkeys. And then Yeti Spaghetti as Lash as in Red Fire. Myself in pink as Pink Cosmos as Sammy. And then Skeledrino, I guess, is Brown Desert. He is Grim. So as you guys can see, a variety here. We got our Grim, me, Sammy, Lash, a couple Kindles, a couple Olafs, and a Drake. Obviously global damage is huge as far as, you know, more units, right? That's the saying, right? Normal, standard, fog, high funds, doesn't matter. More units, more global damage, the better. However, in my opinion, in a multiplayer match like this, where everyone was most likely going to be choosing global damage. Now, not everyone did, but where a lot of people would, I assumed that would happen. Therefore, I chose Sammy. You guys will see why. I'll explain as well as we go through the match why I chose Sammy. There is a specific reason, and you guys will see why soon enough. Now, as far as the way this replay is going to go, I'm going to try my best to keep track. Like I said, for me, you guys can see it on this screen, you know, decently good size. For me, it's about, I don't know, 1/5 smaller on my screen. Okay, it's 1/5 smaller on my screen as I'm looking at my monitor over here, not at you guys over here. So bear with me if I have some issues seeing things, or I don't say something that's specifically there, or I miss something, because it is a little tiny, so I am a little bit stressed for that. But I will try my best. Again, this is also a very large map, so I don't know how long this video will take. Could be an hour, could be longer, could be shorter, I'm not sure, but we will find out. So just want to let you know all that. I think I got everything down I wanted to. But without further ado, let us begin. Again, Fog of War is the standard, so just 1,000 funds per property, as you guys can see. And yeah, let's start with Orange Star going first. I'm going to skip the first few turns just because it is just capturing properties, building your infantry as well. So as you guys can see, not much happening here. Those of us with infantry just moved out and captured some properties with our first infantry as well. So it's nothing really too extravagant. Now remember, I am pink, right? I'm in the bottom right corner of this map. My opponent specifically will be Big Dave in the yellow and Pashini in the green. Now there will be some shenanigans happening here a little bit, as you guys will find out soon enough. By the way, this map took place. It started on January 29th of this year. It ended literally 4 straight months later on the 28th of May. That's crazy, right? That is a long time. So keep in mind too, you guys can also see the times here. My mouse is bugging out there a little bit, but you guys can see the mouse indicating the time over here. You know, some of us played faster than others. Actually, I should maybe go all the way to the end. My turn, and then there's Grimm's turn. That is the final turn. As you guys can see here at the end of Grimm's turn, okay, right? He has 901, I'm 913. I actually think I lead. Yeah, me and Olaf lead Wild King. I believe Wild King was actually the map creator too. So of course he's gonna play, right? He's the one who created the match itself. So yeah, so we are the most played people here. As you guys can see, these two were not playing and they were losing a lot of time. Hence the reason why this match took 4 months to complete. You guys will also see later on what that leads to as well. But overall, you know, this did take a long time, and I didn't think about making a video about it back then, but it was until the end I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, sure, why not? I put out some Advanced Wars content for you guys to enjoy, and this is one of them. So let's keep going. So this is the end of Grimm's turn. This is now, right here, is the start with Wild King. This is the start of the 4th day. You guys can see we got some vehicles being made here. I made an artillery myself. Big Dave made a tank. You know, some vehicles all around, more or less, right? So it's interesting to see, you know, at this point, what vehicles do people buy? You know, like, where's this tank going to go? Is it going to go this way? Probably not, because if it was going to be built go this way, it'd probably maybe out this base. But then, you know, of course, if it goes this way, then there's these mountains, and it's very narrow. That's one reason why I personally built an artillery. These pathways, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, you know, with forests thickening it, you know, there's a lot of narrow pathways for someone like me. I have to get around these mountains first and through the forest. So artillery for me, I think, are the better units as far as the early game. But that's me personally. That's how I felt like. So that's why I went with the artillery, but you guys will see how those will be used throughout the match. Orange Star continuing to not build any vehicles, as well as Blue Moon. Very interesting. Personally, I do not remember all the messages that were said throughout the game. As you guys may or may not know, once the game ends, you can see all messages that were created or sent to each other throughout the entire match and their time frames. I believe Orange Star and Blue Moon were friends. Like they may not be friends maybe here in the early game, but I believe those two were both speaking Spanish to one another throughout the match, if I remember correctly. And so they were kind of allies in a matter of speaking, but I'm not entirely sure. Again, this is a free-for-all match, but overall, I don't really know what's happening on that side of the map. That's the risk you take with a fog multiplayer free-for-all match. You can, for all you know, the whole top left, who knows, maybe in the whole left side of the map could be teaming up against me, just because, right? You never know. So I believe they were friends, though. I believe they were friends. Green also not building any vehicles, and they even skips these cities to go for these ones over here. So interesting. Yellow bringing out a tank going south. As you guys can see here, they went completely south. Not sure if they're going to go like this way, as like oh, you don't see me right here, so you know, here comes the tank right here, or if it's sending it my way. I actually don't remember. This is again long time ago, so we'll see what happens. If he is sending it my way, that's kind of unfortunate for me, but I don't remember exactly what happened. And yeah, and then of course, same thing, Yeti Spaghetti sending the tank down this way to engage green. Recon over here, probably go left. So nothing super scary, right? On me, I built an artillery, and I immediately see that green is going for the city. And I'm like, oh crap, okay. Well, I better take care of that real quick. So it's a good thing I built the artillery. In one turn, I am able to get right here. I was planning to get the artillery right here anyways, or even on, you know, this force here. This locks down a good amount. You guys can see here, just using the red here, locks down a good amount of areas, and I'm protected by these mountains. So artillery are huge, as well as rockets if you can get some out. But again, with the low amount of income on this map, you probably don't want rockets. Not to mention, again, global damage. The higher the unit status, basically, like medium tank, rockets, Neos, the worse off it is, because not only will it take free damage from global damage, but then you got to repair it, so it's kind of iffy. So in case artillery sees the infantry with the infantry here in the forest, my next turn I can easily kill it. I also built a mech and a T-copter, and again, as Sammy, we definitely want to get those T-copters and mechs out there. Brown moves out. Anti-air goes into the forest next to these mountains. Don't know what's happening there. Again, this is a public match. This is a free-for-all match. You never know what kind of players you're going to get. I clearly see that some of these players are less experienced than others, but it's always fun. It's Fog of War. You never know who you're going against, so never judge anybody based on how they play. It is all for fun. As you guys can see here, Orange Star is going over here. Again, trying to go for some aggressive movement here, going into Yellow's territory. Like, easily could capture these cities. For some reason, they're going this way. They also built the first rocket on this map. Again, like I said, with the global damage in this game, rockets are probably not the best option, but you never know. We'll see what they do with that rocket. Even I don't know what they have to do with that rocket. So immediately Blue attacks their infantry and finishes their capture. Still only building infantry, no vehicles just yet. So again, if they're friends or not, you know, it's good that they're fighting each other to start. Green, again, no vehicles, just infantry. So those three are very interesting. The first three players not building many vehicles. Green moving out a lot with the infantry, which is fine. It's not any issue for me. So far, no issues for me. The only issue would be Big Dave sending that tank down. He's clearly going after the comm tower, but me personally, I really don't care about comm towers as much as far as multiplayer games are concerned. They will come in time. I want properties as soon as possible to get the income. That way we continue building some units, and who knows, maybe more transports along the way. Same thing with Bull Giraffe as well. They too are kind of on the outside, right? Specifically, the four corner players, they're on the outside. They're going to be less involved as far as combat with the middle. So we get a little bit of advantage in that regard, but we do have to transport and move around a little bit more than others do. So that's why we need to build some transports, and they already have their T-copter going out to the front lines, attacking Orange Star. And as you guys can see, Yeti Spaghetti here is going after their comm tower on the far right with an APC. They have a T-copter that just built this turn. Again, nothing too serious happening here. Just going for captures. Here we go. I use my artillery, kill the green infantry here, right there. Perfect. Even though he's capturing here, he cannot see any of my units coming this way. Now that this infantry is dead, on my next turn, I can easily just start capturing. They should capture no matter what, so even if this infantry does attack me, I will still get the city, and then of course I'll move my artillery right here. That way I can protect and zone them out, as well as all these infantry up here. Doesn't even matter. I am expecting tanks to be made sooner than later, so that's why I'm spending a few mechs here with the transport copter being able to move them, and also build an artillery down here to counter this tank down here, which I cannot see yet, but of course it is my opponent, so I am expecting a tank of some kind or a vehicle. And again, like I said, artillery to me are probably the best units to build on this type of map. Grim builds a tank and a T-copter. Again, nothing happening for him yet, just either. Orange Star continues to move. Rocket moves left to defend against Bold Giraffe. Again, nothing super serious yet. Blue Moon finally builds some vehicles. Builds 2 recons, one up and one down, and then a rocket launcher. Rocket probably going to defend against this side here. But otherwise, very interesting that they waited this long to get their vehicles out. I would have assumed at least one recon came out sooner, but I guess they really trusted that they wouldn't be engaged, so there you go. Works out for them. And they even have some funds left over as well. Green finally built their first unit as well, which is a rocket launcher. I'm assuming this rocket, because of what happened here, they want to keep their city, so on their next turn they'll probably move over and probably use it to target my infantry, but we'll see. Overall, nothing happening there. Big Dave moves out. Again, sending a strong vehicle presence here. Also has a mech and another tank over here. This tank's probably going to head down though. He moves his tank over here. He can see me capturing right here. He also gets the comm tower and has a mech backing up. But again, I don't build tanks as much, so I will have an advantage there. Bold Giraffe moves out, moving in and attacking the rocket launcher on the city here. That's unfortunate for Wild King, but again, a little aggressive because road and plane. Bold Giraffe doesn't get any bonuses from this, nor do they have a comm tower yet either. So again, they're in Orange Star's territory. These guys are going to die. Look, even this guy can't do anything either. So this guy's probably dead. These guys are probably going to get hit, if not die. The only thing that survives is the recon. The rocket needs to move back. So very interesting to see. Very interesting. Yeti Spaghetti moving out, gets the comm tower on the right, gets the port on the north, and builds a battlecopter as well. So they're doing a great job here, but again, there's a rocket. Unless they want to base lock themselves, they do have to move off of it, so they need to use infantry to stop this capture. Very, very interesting stuff happening over there. Again, reminder, this is Fog of War. I have no idea any of this is happening. I am stuck seeing 1, 2, 3, not even. I'm stuck seeing 2 infantry. That's all I can see right now on this turn. That's insane. Oh, sorry. 4 infantry. 5 infantry. I forgot how big my vision can get. Bam! Look at that. There you go. There's your mountain vision. Again, because the screen is so small, it's making it a little bit difficult for me to see how big the vision is. So my apologies. But you guys can see, again, I'm Sammy. So easy captures. So here we go. Boom! So I easily see that there's a tank here now. I moved out and see it. I see this infantry. I don't see the mech yet though. But again, yeah, this is the scouting infantry, so he's probably going to die. But if they die, I do get the first strike with my tank. Oh no, I can't because there's a forest here, right. So again, my artillery doing a decent job, but I'm still out of position to defend this guy. So this guy's pretty much dead. Mech here as well. I was assuming a tank may come from this base, but instead it's an infantry. So they're either going to use both of their infantry to attack and kill my infantry and lose them in the process, or one will die and I will still get the city or whatever. And then again, I'm going for this. They can't see me because the infantry only have 2 vision. So this port is officially mine. Yay. That's fantastic. Even if they had an infantry to attack, I would still get the capture. And I also build my first recon as well. Alright, it's a little laggy. It's a big map after all. Here we go. Grim moves out a little bit more, being very passive, very defensive. You guys can see they're not even moving out here. They're just securing the comm tower. They even got the port over here, which is very interesting. But not moving out past their mountain ranges. So very, very passive. Again, that is kind of the Grim style though, right? Because they have lack of defense. So can't exactly just rush out there. Probably not the best choice for this map. But very, very defensive. If I was Grim, I would probably consider getting more transports out and getting a few mechs out there. Again, if you can hit vehicles hard with those mechs, that'd be great. But as of right now, he's not really doing too much. So we'll see how that plays out for him. Orange Star back on turn 7 now. Again, Rocket does not actually move. It actually attacked something. It actually attacked the infantry that was up there and sat still. Used infantry to actually attack the recon. Very, very interesting. And they did not build a vehicle. They continued to build more infantry. They have 13,800 in the bank right now at the end of their turn. So it's odd enough that they didn't even at least build a battle copter, which they can do with that airport. So again, the rocket launcher's just chilling out. And yeah, no vehicles. Very, very, very weird. I don't know what they're saving up for. Maybe they're trying to save it for a super unit, but again, if that's me, I personally would not, because again, global damage. Regardless that he is one of them, you got one Olaf, you got 2 Kindles, and a Drake that can do global damage if you're on properties and all that stuff. Like, it's just not worth it. Yeah, it's probably a big mistake in that regard. Blue Moon builds another rocket launcher and is defending their property. They're also attacking here with recon action. We love to see that. Again, decent presence in the center here. Again, no real vehicles except for Big Dave, who can't just run out there, right? So obviously they're going to play more defensive and try and get these properties first. So overall, they're doing a really good job right here, especially with Orange Star being attacked by Bold Giraffe. Then we go to green. They move out. Rocket did not move this way, by the way, and instead moves towards the center. They obviously see the presence of yellow here, so they are trying to send their rocket this way, so they get a lot of range here with this rocket launch. Now, I would have put it on the city, perhaps instead for this turn. You're a little exposed, but that's okay. Again, it's Fog of War. They also built a Neo tank. Very strong. They even base skipped once as well. And again, no airport usage here, no battlecopters. So very odd to see that they built a Neo tank. What's this Neo tank even going to do? It can't even do anything really this coming turn, so it's kind of weird. I would have did numbers game instead, personally, or at least you see this presence here. You should probably build like a tank, probably, or artillery or something, but they didn't. And so they also moved their infantry this way. Again, I can see him, they can see me, but I already got the city, and this guy can't help out. So you can't do anything with this infantry. This guy's pretty much screwed. Not to mention, I can see it, so I even have a recon here that can go and hit it. Again, they did use an infantry to interrupt. They probably forgot I was a Sammy player, so it sucks for them. Next up is Yellow Comet Big Dave. So he does indeed destroy my 1 infantry, but I do get to destroy his infantry literally for free. And he even left his mech out and exposed. So if I had vision on this guy, I could literally attack him. But unfortunately, I don't think that's possible because I don't have any recons. Again, not really crossing these borders here. These two are doing a very good job stalemating one another. All the while, he's slowly, progressively knocking off some infantry over here. Otherwise, he's just kind of trying to hold off the city right now. Again, he's being attacked from 1, 2, 3, 4 guys, right? I'm only being attacked from 1 and 2. So there's a difference between the corner countries and then the sides, right? The sides obviously have worse off luck, but I think they have advantage as far as getting to more properties sooner. I think that's the reason why this map is a little bit more balanced. So, it sucks for Big Dave, but I think he's doing a decent job. The biggest thing is he got the comm tower, and with these forests here, it's hard for me to push into him. So I think that's a really job well done. Next up, we go to Bold Giraffe in the top left. Let's see what they do here. Again, no comm tower yet. They do secure it, but no comm tower yet. They even have a couple of mechs. Kind of slow process going right there. They even have a T-copter here to transport this new one as well. A couple tanks. Oh, sorry, that wasn't Grim. That was actually Bold Giraffe getting this property here. My apologies. Again, like I said, the units are a little tiny. Their colors are kind of similar. Again, artilleries are just backing off here, just chilling out on the forest. Nothing can really do anything to them. And again, attacking the rocket launcher, just making Orange Star just drain their their funds with just chip damage kind of stuff. Is it worth it to sacrifice the recon right now? Yeah, technically, because there's no vehicle, so it's actually really worth it. It's really advantage for Bold Giraffe here. Very interesting to see that happening. Again, I don't know how good these players are, but it's kind of funny to see that happening, right? You never know what happens in a multiplayer match like this. Very, very interesting. Let's see where Yeti Spaghetti sends their battlecopter. They go left. Again, there's no anti-air on that left side from any of them. Anyone. Actually, in fact, the only one who built an anti-air unit in this entire game is Grim. He built an anti-air in the bottom left. Literally no battlecopters, no anti-airs, nothing. No one can defend against air units as of right now. That's kind of actually insane. This is turn 7. This is turn 7. That's crazy. They do secure the comm tower and the port, so the top and the right. Very successful for them. They even have really good presence right here. Look at that, beautiful. Boom. You know, and you can't see these guys without going right next to the forest first. So this is actually perfect positioning for its artillery. Absolutely perfection. Very good. Very well done. My turn. As you guys will clearly see. Boom. I capture my property, kill the infantry, mech moves to support if in case there's any vehicles come this way. I have my artillery still in position, an extra mech just in case these mountains can get a free shot. Recon moves out. I see the guy, by the way, here, right? So I killed him with my recon and infantry. I'm looking pretty solid here. This is as far as I personally need to go. Again, in order to push forward, I would have to face this base, yet alone all of Green Earth. So I need to be cautious how I want to do that. And then bottom left here, or my bottom left I should say, I saw the infantry, killed him with a couple infantry. I moved my artillery here because I saw the tank when I used my infantry to attack. So now this tank is my artillery is boxing out this tank. He does have to indeed move. Mech can't do anything either. My tank is safe. I actually have a recon as extra backup as well. So looking pretty passive for me as well, again defensively. You guys can see I haven't really been scrolling this here. But as far as captures, I am one of the leaders. 15,000 currently is one of the leads. Grim is not going to get this either right now. So it is still 10 capture. You guys actually can't see it. It's off the map. But this is still needs to be captured by 10. They're not going to get it this next turn. So looking pretty good for me. Honestly, one would say that I'm actually leading, considering I actually have 10k in the bank as well. I've seen probably the least amount of action though, so that's another reason why I am probably winning. And then we go to Grim. Grim moves out, nothing happens. Going to get the port this time for sure. This is now a 5 capture. And again, now they build the next battlecopter, base skipping twice. Personally, I don't think it's right to base skip. They have no extra funds left over though, so if instead of the tank, probably should have built an artillery, like we all have artilleries going out in the corners. This would benefit from our artillery and then build 2 infantry. Probably would have been the better build, but that's me personally. You never know. Tank's pretty good too though. Then we go to Orange Star. Let's see if they build a vehicle. No, and yes, they do build vehicles, but it's artillery here, which is very odd. To be honest, with the presence that Bold Giraffe was sending them, I probably would have built either a recon or a tank. And then they built a second rocket launcher. Again, going very defensive. For Orange Star, who is in the middle-ish area, this is okay, but I don't know if you need 2. Build an extra artillery, build a battlecopter. It's the same price as 1 rocket launcher, and you get 2 units out of it. Battlecopter zones out all of this. Artillery, you don't even need to worry about this. You don't need to worry about the attacking you even harder. So very interesting to see that they built another rocket launcher. I did not even realize that these guys built so many rockets. Very interesting. Same thing for Blue. They stayed on their base and shot. And then they built a missile launcher. Okay, so now this, I don't know what this is supposed to be. And they see the battlecopter, right? So in Fog of War, setting up a missile shot is hard. You never know if your opponent has battlecopters, but now that they see this one, if Yeti Spaghetti was smart, they would not send this in blindly to attack one of these rockets, because then boom, you know, it's easy kill. So it's kind of weird that Blue would make a missile launcher when a anti-air can literally do the same job, and then you save on money. So it's very weird. Missile launchers are very niche, and this map really doesn't call for it, so it's kind of very interesting to see. Again, this guy is dead. Look at that beautiful mech kill. And then of course, you know, full presence here, but there is a rocket launcher, so we'll see if that actually gets attacked there or not. We'll see right now. Green cannot see it yet, but they should probably move out. But they do move south this way, so they killed an infantry, so blue is safe. There is a artillery here, but he moved his Neotank right into range of it, so that's kind of a huge mistake, obviously. If we look at the replay slower, the Neotank probably moved first and attacked this infantry first, probably hoping to one-shot it, but obviously didn't. And then, of course, this guy moved up. So that's unfortunate, but of course, even if it does get one shot in, this rocket is here to kill it, so not too bad. Sending infantry this way blind though, they should know that I have an artillery. They probably aren't looking at the replay viewer to see what destroyed their infantry, but this is a mistake. Obviously, I'm easily gonna mop up those infantry. Move on to Big Dave in the yellow. Let's see what he does. Moves out, kills another infantry. Again, sacking 2 infantry just to kill one of mine. Big mistake, obviously. They now have an artillery in range of these units, so if they go into these mountains to see these units, boom, artillery can start firing on them. And again, it's Grim, so he's a little bit weaker, even though he has terrain advantage. Again, artillery gets a shot on the Neotank, even uses a mech to attack it, so doing a lot of damage. Very good damage right there, but again, maybe sacking the artillery a little bit. We'll see. If I was Drake, considering you have 1 comm tower, perhaps even a battlecopter could have been useful here. Don't underestimate Drake battlecopters even in regular matches where it's 1v1s. Drake battlecopters are so underestimated, especially in fog matches, that people, you know, they lose their minds over it. Like, they are still useful. Just because a copter is a little bit weak offensively does not mean they're weak defensively, and they can still do damage. That's their job, right? They don't need to kill units, they just need to, you know, tag them. So don't underestimate Drake battlecopters. Bull Giraffe in the top left moves out a little bit, kills the Raycon. Not really doing too much. Getting a little aggressive here. As you guys can see, this artillery can shoot this tank and even the rocket if they need to. So a little aggressive, but you know, to each their own on their playstyle. Yeti Spaghetti, again, sending the battlecopter in, attacking a rocket launcher. This was a huge mistake. Clearly, they knew you had a battlecopter. They should have built an anti-air, but instead they built a missile launcher. Easy kill. Look at that. We get to see a missile launcher actually kill a battlecopter. So that's going to be crazy. Otherwise, again, they're taking it a little bit slow, making sure this is secure right here as well. Nothing much happening there. Me, myself, I'm going to kill a few infantry. So I killed the 2 green ones right here, getting vision here, making sure I can see what's happening over there. I see that there's not too much happening. There's not too many units here. I see 1, 2 infantry here. And then, of course, I see these guys here. Again, both bases have infantry. So even if a vehicle like a Neotank was built here, it can't even reach me. It's very, very odd that I'm not seeing a defensive presence on this side, considering I took the city and I killed their infantry. Very odd. Over here, I hit both infantry. I didn't kill them. I think that was a little bit unlucky, considering I am Sammy. But I didn't kill them. But this guy is still locking down, and he doesn't have the units here to actually see my artillery. Even if he killed the infantry and moved on top, I am in a forest. Therefore, he cannot find me. And then I have another one to back up, as well as another mech. And my tank, by the way. So it's very, very good positioning here. Again, just like over here with Lash, I am doing the slow creep here in these forests, and it's a huge advantage for me. What Dave needs to do is he needs to get some artillery in here and defend this side. That way he can keep his comm tower. Alright, moving on to Grim. We'll see what the battlecopter goes. He goes left. It went left, guys. Don't know what it's doing. Very, very weird. It went under the APC. Okay, clearly you guys can see not the most experienced player and very passive again. And T-Copter too. It's not loaded. It just went down this way. Yeah, I cannot explain what's happening there, but he does get the port. He does get the comm tower as well, and he has a presence here that cannot be broken down. So, how much funds? Used all his funds again. So, I don't know. Very passive. But, I don't know what he's doing with those things. Very weird. Very weird indeed. Orange Star. Does base lock himself. Hits the mech with infantry, actually. He didn't use the rocket. He used the rocket to kill over here. To kill the tank, rather. He used both the artillery and the rocket to kill the tank. Again, 2 units for the price of 1. You base lock yourself twice. And you didn't build a battlecopter, so... I don't know. I don't know about that. Again, very defensive, not even reaching out. Only has 12,000. I think they are the least amount in the game. Yes, they are the least amount, as well as they're straight up losing as far as value as well and unit count. So, yeah, very weird. They do have their Blizzard now. Not that anyone should really use Blizzard, but, you know, you never know. Boom. Battlecopter dead right here with the missile launcher. But again, base locks themselves as well. Rocket, again, getting some hits. This one moved over here because it's to repair. Actually, this one moved up. Built 2 infantry this turn, saving up some money. Again, pushing hard over here, but there's no real point to doing that. Now, this guy is in position to kind of lock down this area, but again, not your comm tower, so it's kind of useless there. But he too also has, K34 also has their Blizzard as well. Obviously, probably not going to use it. Passionee in the green has their power. Let's see if they use it. They do not. They do not use their power. In fact, they hardly did anything. Neotank retreats. I can now see that. Anti-air here. Perfect counter for my infantry. And then, of course, an artillery. And then anti-air. So, yeah, double anti-airs right there. All of a sudden, the anti-air units are coming out. But they did not use their power. So, again, as a Kindle player on this map, obviously not the best choice for global damage. Mostly because of the fact you can't see what you're hitting with your power. Now, of course, with so many players, it really doesn't matter, right? Just use your power, you'll hit everything. Everyone's building units every turn, right? So you might as well. So it's very interesting that they did not use their power. But in any case, now it's Drake's turn. Big Dave. Can't do anything here, so he does a full retreat. Full retreat. Perfect for me. He also pushes a lot more pressure here. A lot of units here. Not really doing anything here, but like I said, he moved into the mountains. You can see the anti-air. Boom. Got a nice heavy strike. Even though it's on a forest, it did 8 damage to it. That's crazy. That is insane. But yeah, overall, things are progressing slowly over there. Bull Draft gets the comm tower. Again, just moving out. Just straight up moving out. Look at that. Dead infantry. Heck, if they wanted to, they can even attack the tank with any Grim can. And they'll even have the comm tower too. So it's very interesting. Again, defensive presence with double artillery here. Even I'm not doing double artillery. I'm doing 1. So it's kind of interesting that they're just chilling out now, especially with the rockets here. Again, where's the air units? Everyone comes with an airport at their HQ. Like, where are the air units? It's very surprising that no one is building battlecopters. I mean, yes, I didn't build battlecopters, but that's because I'm Sammy. I really don't need to. I have mechs and T-copters. I don't need battlecopters, right? I don't need battlecopters to attack ground units when I have just overpowered mechs. So, very odd. Now, granted, I don't have any anti-air defense. That is my mistake. I should at least get 1 anti-air. So that's something I do need to fix later on. Yeti Spaghetti going super defensive now that they got the properties they wanted. So again, now it's going to start turning into a stalemate as far as some of the countries are concerned. My turn, I move out. I'm going for the city, bold capturing. Big Dave can't see me with the mountain vision, so let's see if he'll stop me. Otherwise, I did move out over here. Again, artilleries are boxing out almost perfectly. I do leave myself a little bit exposed. And he can indeed see that, so that's my bad. But I didn't have the units to finish off, so I kind of had to do that. But again, even if he attacks the artillery using the only units, by the way, that can attack the artillery is a tank, you'd be sacrificing a tank to attack an artillery, not even kill it probably, and you're going to lose it. 7,000. So technically, it's a good trade-off for me. By the way, I didn't even notice Bull Giraffe actually used their power. At the end of their turn. I didn't even realize that, so there you go. We all took damage, in which case, you know, helps them a lot. I didn't even notice that. My apologies, guys. That's what happens when you just use the next turn skip button, right? Grim does not have their power. I don't have my power either, so we're not going to see any powers being used there. Again, just moves out, kills the infantry there, and yeah, just he's going to get the counter tower next turn because the Bold Giraffe's power came into play. But that's okay. Yeah. By the way, with Bold Giraffe's power coming into play, I actually sent my infantry here to kill the Neo Tank because it was 1 HP. Haha. That's pretty funny. I actually totally neglected to show you guys that. My apologies, but that's pretty funny. Alright, so now we're on turn 10 here. Orange Star still being defensive. Literally just boom, base cover with a missile launcher, base cover with the rocket launcher, base cover with the artillery. They built the missile launcher, but again, where's the battlecopters, man? Dude, what are you doing? They only have 11 units. That's the least in the game at the end of their turn. It's very weird. Very strange indeed. So, don't know what's happening there. But again, I can't see this, so I don't know what's happening. For all I know, they're winning, right? But that is literally not the case. They're barely hanging on, to be honest. If all these guys started attacking him, he would have been gone a long time ago. Alright, Blue Moon's turn. Same thing though, double rockets and missile launcher. Do you guys get the feeling that these guys may be friends? They're building the same stuff as the same commanding officer? Yeah, probably. Missile launcher moves out onto the HQ, but really doesn't do anything. Rockets sit still on the cities, and he builds a couple infantry, stocking up his income. Okay. Yes, 10k. Don't know what he's going to do with that. Recon coming in all the way over here. That's kind of bold. That is straight up dead. Green's turn. Kill the recon. Hits my infantry. Killed my infantry. That's it. And again, look, I got a mech. I got artillery. Boom, boom, double kill. I get their city as well. So, okay. Very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff happening here. Not much Green can really do, to be honest. They are being bombarded. Here's Big Dave. Ooh, he hit me here, stopping the capture. That sucks for me. And then, of course, down here, he did go and attack the artillery. But again, was it worth it? He did 7 damage worth, because it was a 9 artillery. He did 7 damage worth to my 6,000 total unit. I'm not dead. You're dead. That's a 7,000 unit that's gonna die. So, wasn't really worth it. Bold Giraffe being very passive, just hunkering down here and just playing it safe over there now. And then we go to Yeti Spaghetti on the right. Again, very passive, killed 1 infantry. Building up their army in bulk, but they are not moving out, so being very passive. Kind of the smart thing to do for us corner people is just to wait and see what happens. You know, inch out slowly but surely. Here's my turn. Watch that tank go. Boom. Goodbye. Very defensive. Can't do anything. I see the powers may be coming into play soon enough. Big Dave has his power coming in. Passionee hasn't used theirs. The Olafs are getting closer to their Winter Furies, so I'm a little bit scared about all that global damage coming at the exact same time. So I gotta make sure my artilleries are up. So I build 2 more, by the way, as well as my infantry numbers to block. So now that I'm getting closer to this comm tower, Big Dave's probably going to try and defend even more. In fact, he built a medium tank, so who knows where this is going to go, either up or down. We don't know. It will be dangerous either way. I continue the capture here. At the time, I don't think I know if it was Big Dave that hit me. I think it may have, because I do look at the replays usually, but I decided to keep going with the capture anyways, not knowing that there's no presence here by anyone else but him. So I do believe I do lose that infantry, but that's okay. That's fine. It's not like the end of the world. I do kill the infantry here as well as the anti-air with my mech, so very easy kills there. And then Grim moving out, being aggressive, attacking Orange Star with some infantry here. Very odd. Don't know why being so aggressive right there without any real backup. I mean, even these vehicles can't exactly reach. They gotta go around these mountains. Again, these are mountains and forests, so don't know what's happening there. It's very weird. And then Orange Star's turn, obviously no Winter Fury, so they're just going to play defense. And again, not really building anything. Not really doing anything. They're just kind of chilling out. And yeah, they're just playing defensive. So we move on to Blue Moon. Again, probably going to, again, they seem like the same player. If I'm being completely honest, they seem like the same player, right? So look at that. Same thing. Not doing anything. They built a medium tank to defend their HQ area. Again, not the best build. It's just not, it's not there. You don't need this. You don't need this. There's no reason to build this. You know, build battlecopters, build tanks, build recons, build anti-air. Medium tank is just not the play for me, at least. Not for me. Alright, so now we move on to Passionee. Move out, kill my infantry, has another anti-air here. Very good presence, of course, right there. But again, they're not exactly able to do anything. They have to kind of just defend themselves now because Yellow's here, I'm here. Yeti Spaghetti's kind of creeping, but not really. So with the lack of funds, they don't really have any options. Again, low fun game, so they really don't have too many things to build. One reason why I chose Sammy, because mechs and infantry and T-copters don't really require too much money. So they can't do anything, so they chilling. Big Dave's turn. Again, pushing really hard here. Really hard. Putting his tanks in range. Has a mech. I have a weakened artillery and another mech right here. This is a mech right here. Yeah, that's not infantry, it's a mech. So really good presence for me, as well as my infantry. And my turn will be coming up in 3 turns after his turn's over. Medium tank does move up. Again, very strong presence. He does kill my guy over here, which is unfortunate. So that kind of sucks, but yeah, very strong presence for Big Dave. In fact, at this time, I would consider him actually the winner right now. He has the most properties, and then of course he has the most unit value, as well as, well, yeah, unit value, he has unit value, but not unit count. Yeti Spaghetti will actually have the unit count by the end of their turn. So overall, Big Dave is truly actually winning this match right now. And then Bold Draft, again, no powers coming to play, so taking it slow. Very creepy crawly here. Again, there's only a rocket. So if I were them, would probably get a tank or even battlecopters. I'm shocked they don't build battlecopters. I mean, look, you just fly over. You just fly over. They don't know they have a missile launcher. They could just fly over. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Obviously, it's smart they don't build battlecopters because of this missile launch, but you could still use battlecopters up here, right? You haven't seen any anti-air. Just go to battlecopter, or even go down. You never know. Yeti Spaghetti's turn, and not much they can do either. Boom, kill 1 infantry, staying defensive again. Because they're going so defensive, I'm shocked that they are building such, you know, smaller units like infantry, recons, tanks. They should be, if they're going to play defensive like that, they should build rockets. I don't know what they're planning. And then my turn. Again, I do not have anything going for me. I have my power. I don't remember if I use it though. I did not use it. So I'm actually going to do this turn a little bit slower. So as you guys can see here, recon gives me vision, infantry moves up, mech goes into the mountains. I'm preparing for the global damage. By the way, this artillery is running out of ammo. So he's done a really good job. I replaced him with the other one. I back off. I'm not going to get that green city. Bomb here. I hit the tank with my artillery. Kill it off with the tank. Infantry sees, you know, whatever it can see over there. I see the other tank as well. And I go for a suicide on the mech, doing as much damage as I can. Kill the infantry. Hit the mech again, doing nice damage. And then use the mech to finish off the infantry. Obviously, it sucks that I gotta use that, but that's okay. I'm having infantry back up. And then, of course, more artillery. So even if he uses his mech to attack mine, or even the tank, which would be stupid, I have artillery galore. I'm prepared. And then I build some more transports. I even build the first naval unit of the map, a black boat. I built a black boat, everybody. Let's go. Look at this. This movement from the black boat, and I am Sammy, so I get +1 to my transports as well. Look how much coverage I can go over here onto this port. I can go into these shoals. These are all shoals for me to just go into. I can block. I can deliver my mechs, my infantry as well. Again, two bases here. Easy transport. It's like, it's huge. It's really huge. So, and with the global damage coming in, I can protect my infantry. I can even repair my units as well. Very, very useful unit here. Only problem is it's trapped to this area, right? So even if I start to progress out of here, then the black boat's kind of useless. So that's the only drawback about the naval units in this map. That's why they also have these ports on the outside, because then if you build out here, you can go around the entire map. But let's be honest, that's not going to happen, because once you leave, you're kind of stuck out there. So probably not the best idea. Again, I now have 2 T-copters transporting my units as well. So there's the end of my turn. Grim moves out, kills off the units here, and it's pushing into Orange Star territory. Again, no anti-air defense except for this missile launcher, so they need to build literally an anti-air right here. Don't build anything else. You need an anti-air. This is a force though, so this tank could actually go and hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right here could actually hit the anti-air. Yeah, I'm just being completely honest. He's kind of screwed it, isn't he? Very interesting to see that. Did not use his power, by the way. So yeah. Alright, so now we are on turn 12. Let's see what Orange Star does. Builds an infantry. Kills off the unit here. Builds an infantry. Does build the anti-air. So that's great. And there's nothing over here that can stop it. So this is perfect. If Grim continues to attack, they will get punished by these units. So very strong defense. Even though they lack value, they lack units, they are in fact, Orange Star is in fact playing very defensive and very well. They don't need to move out. They do need infantry to start capturing some of these properties if they can, because they can't just sit there forever. We go to Blue Moon now. They also don't have their Winter Fury yet, so this is what they do. Just hit a couple units. Don't know where this medium tank's going. It went into a forest, but like, it's not going to do anything over here. These are mountains. It can't do anything. It can't go anywhere. So kind of a waste, if I'm being completely honest. And of course, with powers coming in, it's just not looking so good for it. Then we go to green. They move out left here, trying to defend this area here. They can see that Big Dave has a good presence here. So they definitely want to provide some defense. Very, very good defense here with their artilleries and anti-air. Again, fighting off mechs and tanks. I don't need a push. They do go on my city, which is kind of funny because that's a free kill for me. Again, in Fog of War, especially a map like this, you don't want to lose your units if you can help it. Even with global damage. Even a 1 HP infantry can play a part. So you definitely don't want to lose your units. And they haven't used their power yet. They are now at max. Again, Passionee is probably one of those players that is not experienced, so keep that in mind. Yeah, very unfortunate. Big Dave now very close to his power. Let's see what he does. I'm actually going to take this turn a little bit slower. Goes for the captures in the center. About time he does, actually, to be honest. Using his mechs to mop up some weak stuff. Don't know about that. Uses the tank. Gets a free hit on the artillery. But again, he's kind of pushing hard. Don't know if I agree with that. And again, another mech. He's sending his mechs just out there. They're going to die. They're going to die. Yeah, that's kind of odd. Mech attacks my infantry. Infantry finishes. Tank moves out, kills my tank. But again, you exposed yourself so hard. Like, oh my goodness. And he does use his super power. Typhoon comes into play. 2 damage to everybody on the map and makes it rain. So yes, movement does decrease just ever so slightly, except for him. So yeah, that's gonna hurt a lot for sure. Let's see how this plays out. He does finish off building a tank and anti-infantry. Bull Giraffe now has their super. See if they use something. They do not. Oh no, sorry. I was looking at the wrong one. Passionee. I was looking at Passionee. Bull Giraffe does not actually have their power, so they didn't actually do anything this turn. They just kind of killed off some units. Killed off some blue units here as well, but very passive still here. Very interesting to see. And then we go to... they finally build a battlecopter. Finally. finally. But again, there's 2 Winter Furies coming in, and they're still passionate with their power. That was not the time to build the Battlecopter. Yeti Spaghetti just playing defense per the norm, and now they're going to repair all of their units. But again, like, now they're going to repair the units, but again, if Passionate uses their power, it's going to do damage to them anyway, so it's kind of a waste. I move out, kill the tank, punishing them. I build my own rocket launcher. Boom. You want to attack into this? You can't do anything about this black boat. I win. This is all mine now. You have to retreat, yet alone just suicide your units. This is all my territory now. I kill off the units here, going for the capture once again. Big Dave is not in range of me this time, so green is the only one that can really stop me. So there you go. I don't believe I used my power. Yeah, I'm still solid. Grim doesn't have their power either, so we're just kind of being slow going right now. Going for a base cap here. And again, these units here, they're just chilling. They're just chilling. Look, this is the end of his turn. They haven't moved. They haven't moved. What are you doing? What are you doing this and leaving them behind? Had they been like right here, boom, you just move right in, hit the tank or the rocket with your tank. Like, what are you doing? Use the Battlecopter, have it right here sitting in the ocean, and then move up. Like, what? I don't understand. I don't understand. Then we go to Orange Star. He's gonna punish Brown so hard. Boop. Clear him out. Easy. Straight up easy. Crazy. Again, Orange Star just being straight up defensive. They really can't do anything. Okay, so now we move on to Blue Moon. And let's see what they can do. They don't have much to use, not to mention Olaf is also weak in rain. So again, their movement is decreased and, you know, can't really do much. Vision's decreased. But they do see the enemy with their rockets, so probably going to shoot. Okay. Did you guys see all that? I'm going to do it turn by turn now. You guys, okay, that's really buggy looking, honestly, I'm not going to lie. Okay. I hope you guys didn't see that. Okay, so yeah, turn by turn, I guess. Rocket shoots the tank. Infantry try to finish, didn't finish it off, and then infantry attacks. Builds a mech. Has their super now. That's probably why that thing was all glitchy, because they may use it, right? Yeah, that's not good. Okay, well, as you guys saw, I do apologize for spoiling. As you guys saw, my pink does cover the map. Okay, so if you guys know Advanced Wars by Web, the Wii player, Olaf's super, for some reason, Olaf's Winter Fury has a history of bugging out the game. This is not the first time I've covered an Olaf super causing a match, yet alone the replayer to bug up. In this case, it didn't happen during the match. During the match, everything was fine. But during this replay, apparently it's going to be buggy. So I'm assuming when red uses theirs, it'll do the exact same thing. I do apologize for that. Obviously, that's out of my control. In any case, go to green. As you guys can see, they didn't do much. This didn't move. These guys didn't move. And that is because green actually didn't play their turn entirely. You guys can see, though, they did use their super, but they didn't really do anything else. They did indeed play some of their turn and then quit. Yeah, they literally resigned. They did wait, I believe, if I remember correctly. They did do their turn and then just stopped. They just stopped playing, and then they came back right before their timer was about to expire, and then they quit. So, yeah, green's gone, Passionate is gone, and that's very unfortunate. Interesting enough, they used their super instead of their power, so they didn't really do too much to Big Dave, nor me. They did hit one of my mechs, but that's redundant. It really doesn't matter. But now this whole area is open for grabs. As you guys can see, I am clearly in the lead to go and grab those properties, as well as my super is almost upon us, so who knows how that will play out. Either way, Big Dave, he can't move to defend this comm tower anymore with the snow, so he is doomed to lose it to me. That is a given. Does try and move in to capture Green's properties though, so we'll see how that goes for him. Then we go to Umber Wild with Bull Giraffe. Again, with the snow, they can't really do too much, especially up here. Let's see what they do up here. They're probably going to kill the mech off. They do indeed kill the mech off, but they can't cover the base, and so the infantry, now that they're weakened, they can't do anything. They do pull back. Really not much they can do. And of course, that goes for anybody. And same thing for Yeti Spaghetti here. Just full defense. They didn't even try and push for these properties, so it's kind of funny. Yeah, just very defensive, very passive. And I believe it was this turn, or maybe actually it was probably the next turn. I did message Yeti Spaghetti on the next turn after that, since they're over here and I'm right here trying to take on yellow, I said, hey, if you let me be and capture all these, I won't attack him, and you can focus on this side. They said they would take the deal, but as I read from the messages, they actually went against their deal and said, yeah, they will attack me eventually. So either way, it really doesn't really matter. As you guys can see, I just move in. Again, yellow can't defend this area. Yeah, I'm pushing the base a little harder, but that's okay. I got rocket launcher, I got artillery. Looking pretty solid. I even got transports for my units as well. So overall, I'm looking really good. I didn't use my super because I didn't have it, so I'm almost there. And then of course Grim does not have their super either, so they added this new mechanic here. It says hide eliminated, so we can actually press this and then boom, Green is now gone from this list, so that's great. We can just eliminate them and I move up so you guys can see my stuff. Again, Grim can't do much in the snow, so he just passively just moves around his units. Now it's Orange Star's turn. Again, he is also Olaf, so he doesn't really have to fear about the movement. But again, doesn't really have much to work with. So again, staying passive, being very defensive. Looks like they didn't even have money to build anything. Yeah, they only had 3,000 to build infantry. That's it, because they were doing so many repairs on their other units. That's very interesting. Alright, so the snow's over now, and now it's Blue Moon's turn. Again, just moving out with the meme tank. This meme tank's now uncontested, kind of. Well, it just put itself in range of an artillery, though. That's pretty bad. But overall, it's, look how sporadic their units are, both these two. And then look how widespread yellow is. I think yellow went a little bit overboard as far as committing so many units over here and not actually pushing through. I think they could have did a little bit better job. But now they're spreading themselves a little bit thin, because now I'm pushing back over here relatively easily. They even try to go for me. Like, what is this? Like, what is this? You really think that's going to work out? I'm sure maybe it's just to get vision, but you're going to lose that for a guy for nothing. And I'm already going this way, And then he's still pushing hard over here. Again, he knows, or at least he should. I have indirects, and I'm Sammy. I have mechs. Right, I don't now, but I can easily kill their vehicles. They should probably back off a little bit, but they don't. Alright, and then we go back to Bull Giraffe in top left. Can't really do anything. They use their Urban Blight on this turn, so we all take some HP damage, which really does suck. It's very unfortunate that all these things keep happening now, of all times. So, yeah, we're all taking damage. They didn't really do much, though. And then, of course, we move on to Yeti Spaghetti. Again, we made the deal, actually. So it was, I think it was this turn that we made the deal. Again, see, you guys can see they are not pushing forward any harder, nor are they doing anything over here. They're very passive. I don't understand why they were not trying to be aggressive. They have the capability to do so, but for some reason they just didn't want to. All right, now it's my turn. So I don't have my super yet, so I have to wait on my power still. So I'm just going to move up a little bit more. And you guys can see here, I mopped up some units here. Got positioning on the comm tower with a T-copter move. Yeah, they can see my T-Copter and kill it, but they can't really interrupt this comm tower. If they attack me, I will get my super regardless on this next turn, especially with the units up here as well. Yeah, they're capturing here, but again, I'm Sammy. Victory March is coming in. It's gonna hurt for sure for them. I also built my first battlecopter. Woohoo! Let's go. And then of course Grim also doesn't have his super, but doesn't use his power either. He's just very passive. Again, very, I would say, inexperienced players too. Like I said earlier, they're not really aggressive. They're just taking their time. Kind of interesting. Orange Star still doesn't have their super. Moves out a little bit, couple of hits here and there, but again, just kind of suiciding units over here. Not really backing up. These guys need to move. They need to move out. Like, put rocket right here. Oh my god, look how many things it can hit. Right? So put a rocket here with a recon or even an infantry in the mountains. It's like prime firing range right there, you know. But for some reason, they're very defensive, not going to try and do anything. Same thing with Blue Moon, probably. They're probably going to sit still. Yep, same thing. Blue Moon decides to just sit still. They build an APC. There's literally zero reason to have an APC. Their muni tanks on a city about to be recovered, so inexperience right there for sure. And then now it's Big Dave. Again, he can't really push it into this too much. Again, he trying to go for the comm tower interrupt. I'm not even capturing it. I don't have to, right? I'm Sammy. So look, now all these units kind of screwed. They're all gonna die. You know, I got my indirects. I got my black boat to do repairs as well. And my super's around the corner. Medium tank pushed hard, but look, I got an artillery that he cannot even see. I have extra mechs as well. Yeah, it's not looking so good for him. Alright, Bold Giraffe's turn. Again, very passive, taking their time. Yeti Spaghetti, not going to do anything. Again, kills the one infantry, hits a tank, but that's it. But I didn't even notice they moved that recon. Did I notice that there before? We'll see. So I'm going to take my time and actually do my turn, so let's take a look. Black Boat recovers my artillery in the bottom. Recon moves in to give me vision as well as hits the mech. Not enough to give me my super yet. Rocket attacks the mech on the base. Almost there. Artillery kills the infantry, opening up this lane here. Unfortunately, I can't see the anti-air just yet. Artillery finishes infantry. Artillery hits infantry. And I finish him off. Then I... Ooh, what happened? Artillery hits the medium tank. I would have preferred to have my super activated, but of course it didn't work that way because I can't see much else, and I wanted this mech still to do other things, so that's why I didn't use him to kill the recon. So now my super activates. Victory March for the first time. Let's see what happens here. I have 16,000 property, 16 properties as of this turn, so let's see what happens at the end. Infantry moves in, captures on the bottom. Captures the comm tower as well, ignoring the anti-air, which I cannot see, which is no problem because I don't need to actually do anything about it. T-Copter moving out, giving me a little bit of vision, just making sure there's nothing in these mountains and everything. This mech moves up and will kill the recon for me. So actually, I believe it's this turn, this coming turn, that I actually messaged them about a deal. And so, luckily for me, they didn't push at all up to this point, which is great. Mech moves over. Hits the mech. I do believe I calculated this. 5 can now kill the 3. Capture the base. Capture the city. Capture that base. I stopped Big Dave from capturing any of those properties, by the way. Mech kills the anti-air. Boom. Artillery moves into position as well, running out of fuel though. Battlecopter moves up, mech moves up into the forest. T-Copter goes back to pick up someone else, and I built a couple mechs as well as another infantry. I still have 13,000 in the bank as well, by the way, but I am waiting for this Winter Fury to come through. I'm waiting for this Tsunami to come through as well. So that's the reason why I didn't really build too many super units, because I don't need to. As Sammy, if I build more infantry, I can utilize it with my super. So I did get 4 properties, but I did a lot of damage to my opponents here. So that's really good for me. So not the best Victory March, but it was very useful as far as killing units. And then Graham again being very defensive, not doing anything, still not using his power. So as you guys can see, Not much else to go about. I mean, I could speed up through these turns. Look, orange is defensive, nothing happening there. Blue, defensive, pushing in the medium tank a little bit, but look, there's a rocket here, there's a tank here, it's going to recover a little bit, there's a battlecopter. Kind of suicidal right there, but again, they're base skipping, they're not doing anything. They're really not doing anything. They have 10,000 in the bank as well, so very questionable what they're doing. Big Dave's turn, trying to push back here, but again, you just pushed into my units again. I have a mech here, rockets, artillery with the black boat to recover. Again, he's just throwing his units in the meat grinder. Same thing here. I got mechs here, 2 mechs in fact, that can do stuff. Don't know about that, Big Dave. Definitely my biggest opponent, and I'm glad that he is my neighbor. That way I can take him out sooner than later. Umber Wild's starting to move in a little bit more. There you go. Artillery getting some hits and then pushing in with some tanks. They don't have the units to withstand this, but they do have rockets, so if they hit the right units, you know, it's going to do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, they're not building a bunch of tanks or at least mechs to repel those tanks, so it's kind of a interesting thought, you know, here. Considering that you keep sending a couple units here too as well. It's very odd how they're playing their game. And then now they do have their super though, so we'll see how that comes into play. Yeti Spaghetti, again, defense, just holding off the enemy, stockpiling their units, but again, global damage. The more units you have, the worse it is, and unlike me, Lash doesn't have infantry bonuses, and so having this much infantry isn't going to do them any favors. My turn rolls in, so I'm going to take my turn slow again. Rocket hits tank in the bottom, black boat goes down, recovers artillery, hit with the forest artillery first, then use the other artillery to finish it off. Infantry moves in, hits the mech on the mountain. Again, that's a really nice hit for me, getting rid of those mechs. Infantry goes in, does successfully kill the tank, which is nice. Infantry finishes off the mech. I can see the anti-air and I kill him as well, because I didn't know if there was a unit in this forest, so I didn't want to risk that, so I wanted to go there instead. And then mech moves up. And then mech gets transported, I attack that for free. And I go in for more captures. Again, now that I have these properties here, these 2 bases, I don't need to fear, because I can now use my 31,000 funds to build whatever I want here. And this literally is now my territory. There's nothing anyone can do about it. So there you go. Blocking the medium tank from getting in, including some any other units that may try to poke through. Artillery moving into position. That artillery moves into position as well. If I do get hit hard in some fashion, I could use my power my next turn double time, get my mechs to attack. So again, I don't want to build too many super units. There's a Winter Fury, there's a Typhoon coming as well, so it's not looking so good as far as building super units. So I do want to take my time. I just put myself in range of this battlecopter, or anti-air with my battlecopter, so that's bad. And then of course I'm moving in with my mech as well. See, I can't see these units, so I'm thinking I'm safe, but I'm not. In the bottom, I built an artillery, infantry, a second black boat from my port, another mech, another T-copter. So I got 1, 2, 3 T-copters and 2 black boats. Holy crap! Surprising I don't have an APC yet. So there you go. That's very interesting, right? Again, I gotta transport my way to the battlefields, and again, I have the money, so I might as well just keep building mechs and infantry as well. Now it's Grimm's turn. Again, he's going to be very passive, not move out too far, but he does hit yellow's units, which is a big help for me. Hitting these recons, at least a little bit, makes a huge difference in how I can play my turns, which is great. And then here comes another Winter Fury as well from Orange Star this time. Again, playing very good defense here. Oddly enough, let me actually go back. They had their super, but they didn't use it. Look, rocket attacks. They didn't use their super until the end of the turn. Look at that. I don't know what happened there. See, that's, again, inexperienced player. Again, like I said, I think these 2 are Spanish speakers, so it's not like, I don't think they understand completely how to play the game, but yeah, that's what happened there. And then, of course, you're not affected by the snow, but again, you don't have any units, playing defense. And who knows what they're doing? Who knows what their idea is here? They're not really trying too hard. Big Dave, who is very affected by the snow, has his super, and he will use it, changing all the weather to rain. And look at that! Oh my god, crazy. So yes, he does push me back, killing a few of my units here, but overall, you know, he really can't push and get the city back right now. He can't get this comm tower. My rocket is covering not only the city that I captured, but it's also covering his base. So I'm locking him down really well. And then with the second black boat, if I put both black boats here, I could put an artillery right here. That's a double indirect lockdown for my rocket and an artillery. And the only way to kill my black boats would be this artillery, which I don't know he has it. So that will definitely come into play. But overall, looking pretty good. And as of this turn, I was thinking, okay, I'm getting these properties. I'm going to get the money, especially with all the co-powers now being wasted away. Now's the time to build up my power and go for an HQ cap of my own. With this water here, I can probably fly across. Alright. Full draft, again, attacking orange, really aggressive. These guys are just sitting here, not even recovering, not regrouping. It's very weird. Yet they're still getting shots off. And then, of course, Yeti Spaghetti being very passive. Moved up a tiny bit, but they're not moving forward. They don't have to. I told them I can see them coming. It doesn't really matter. You want to attack me, feel free to do so. Look, I could just build like a battleship right here and then just lock them down entirely. Or again, this is a base right here too. So I could easily just build a medium tank, neo tank, whatever I want, and you know, defend easily. My turn. Again, positioning my black boats to block, and all the while recover my units, resupply them, my indirects, recovering, regrouping, and then of course over here getting some nice hits, getting some captures going. Yes, with all the global damage, the capture game is a little bit slow right here. I was hoping to get these properties really fast, but unfortunately I cannot, so I had to take my time with that. Again, look, my T-copters and my mechs are getting repairs and picking them up. Grim moves in, hits Drake a little bit here. Now starting to get into his territory, crossing these mountains with some mechs, so that's very useful. And then Orange Star again, not really doing much. Again, using just rockets to defend, but you know, really isn't doing too much. Again, he's taking a lot of recovery damage, so his funds are always low. But again, just even one anti-air here can lock down all his units. It's very surprising that he doesn't build more units that would work. Again, like I said, inexperience is coming into play here. Again, another battlecopter is going to bite the dust. Poof. But again, Blue doesn't have the funds, so they're not building anything. Oh, hello. What is all that? Oh, that is glitchy as heck. Do apologize for that. Yeah, so I skipped through Big Dave's turn, but as you guys can see here, he didn't really do too much. Again, I can see everything, I can hit everything, and again, now Brown is coming into play as well. They're doing me a huge favor, clearing out some of these units as well. And he does retreat over here as well. Full draft, pushing again, just a little bit hard there, but can't really do too much. Yeti Spaghetti, full defense, they're not doing anything. They do cross over, and so I'm like, oh, hello, sorry, but I'm gonna have to kill your units because I don't like that. I don't like that. And again, I clear out easily. Weak artillery is the only thing in front. Otherwise, taking my time. I got to rebuild my forces from all the global damage I was taking. So I really couldn't do much this turn except just build up my infantry up here so we capture faster and get it done. Brown moves around, doesn't do much. Red can't do much, defending. Blue defending. So as you guys can see, it's starting to become a defensive game from everybody except for me and Yellow, who are trying to push out as much as we can. But unfortunately, with Brown now pushing harder, Big Dave's got to defend here and against me. So it's very, very fortunate for me that that's happening because I can't see it. But overall, it's actually working out in my favor. As you guys can also see, Grim is almost to his super as well for his first time power. Full Giraffe, again, trying to push hard again, but it's not working out for him. Yeti Spaghetti, again, defense, but he is pushing this way. He is finally crossing over those mountains with a little bit more force. Nice indirects here as well. But again, all of these are weaker. They're all damaged, right? And there's another Winter Fury coming soon. So it's probably not going to work out too well. My turn comes in. I resupply my rocket. Defends my city, which is, by the way, this infantry. It's a 2 now. It needs 11 to capture, so he's definitely not going to get it. Mech moves in, kills the guy, sees the mech, hits the artillery, moves this guy up. The only way to see him is by going here right next to him, so I'm looking pretty solid there. Black Boat moves up to defend. Even the artillery can't kill it in one shot, so it's looking pretty good for me as far as pushing harder. T-Copters go back to get people, drop them off as well. Going for the final captures on Green Earth's territory, and I'm starting to move to the center, and I'm like, oh my god, look at all these neutral properties. What's been happening in the middle? I wouldn't know. I haven't been here yet. And I built a third black boat. Again, a third black boat, guys. I have 3. 3. And I have an infantry and a mech that can go inside if need, even with a Winter Fury that comes. Doesn't matter. So again, I'm just stockpiling my infantry units. Look at all my infantry. Look, if we go over here, 11 infantry, 13 mechs. That's a lot. That's a lot of infantry. That's crazy. Let's see. Grim does indeed get his super, but he does not use it. Obviously, he doesn't have a reason to. Go to Orange Star, pushing back, and finally build a medium tank here. So that's cool. He now has the force to push both of his opponents back, but he's not doing anything on this side. I don't think Big Dave is even realizing that there's nothing there either, so he doesn't have to worry about that. Blue Moon, again, pushing back here, putting a little bit more defense. Has another rocket launcher. I don't think that was there before. Yeah, he just built that rocket launcher. So again, still building rockets. Should have built artillery and maybe battlecopters as well, but again, inexperienced player. Big Dave, unfortunately, is not having a good day. He's trying to hold me off, but again, he's pushing me hard right there. But again, I have the black boats. I'm just going to recover. And he regrouped here too. It's now a 9 capture, but it's still not going to work out. Even suicides and trying to kill my mech. But again, I have artillery. I have extra mechs coming in. I have the funds as well. I mean, you guys look at my right side, 25,000. I have way more than anyone. No one even has over 16,000 Big Dave. Full Giraffe. And then there we go. Yeti Spaghetti finally pushing through here as well. Giving blue their super. So that's great. And then I move out again, going for some properties without my powers, and I'm pushing them back, right? It's the way to go. Artilleries and infantry and mechs. And then same thing here. I totally mopped up all his forces. I can now see everything here. I know it's a little glitchy. You guys can see that the fog's a little bit glitchy here, but I can see everything right here. It looks so clear for me. And this artillery literally can't do anything. It looks so good. Oh my goodness. Grim, who has his super, does indeed use it, and he pushes here, what, killing like 3 units. That's it. Kind of a wasted super. Very questionable on that. Orange Star again, being a little bit defensive, but now he's got this medium tank. Grim can't fight this medium tank right now, so this thing can do whatever it wants and is fully in defensive mode right here. Can mop up every unit. Pretty solid there. And look, even this tank went into the Umber Wild territory as well. Just, I was going to die, but it's pretty funny. Again, blue very defensive, building some recons. Great build with his power coming in on his next turn. He's not going to use it now, but on his next turn, all these infantry are probably going to die to those recons. It's pretty good. Big Dave can't do anything. Oh, there we go. Big Dave with the big build. And I see it though. Oh no, I don't see it. I do not see it yet. I do not see it yet. I don't have anything in the mountains, so I don't actually see this build. He built this battleship at the end of his turn, and it's a big build. I mean, holy crap, look at this coverage. Now, granted, it's only covering right here, right? So if he moves it off, then he can go down here and look at, I can't do anything, right? That's going to be huge. But unfortunately, he can't do anything about this right here. I'm approaching. I'm approaching. He's got to be careful too, because if I get my super, I'm coming after him. And then Bull Giraffe, not really doing too much. Yeti Spaghetti continues to push into blue. So now these three are all clashing with one another here. And I don't remember when, but I think these two, Bull Giraffe and Yeti Spaghetti, they do start to talk about teaming up, but I don't know when that is. So at least I think they did. But yeah, it doesn't really matter, as you guys can see. Now it's my turn, and I'm going to push even harder. Boom! Going into this mountain, I do see his battleship. And I'm like, oh crap, there's a battleship? I'm going to build a sub. I can't reach it though, unfortunately. And with his mountain here, he can see that I built a sub, right? He can see it. So I'm like, oh crap, that's not good that this battleship is here. He's going to build a cruise on his next turn. But alas, I don't know it, because I don't know how he's doing on this side of the map, but he doesn't have the funds to do so. So, lucky for me. And then, of course, Grim moves in, again pushing hard on Big Dave. It's very surprising. Then we go back to Orange Star, being very defensive. Medium Tank moves back to just cover it, act like another rock in the road, right? Very weird. Pushing in the middle now, capturing Big Dave's properties. Very interesting. Very bold, by the way. Blue Moon uses their Winter Fury. Look, it didn't bug out the replayer this time. And look, see, killed off a good amount of infantry there from both sides. Looking pretty good defensively for Blue. Big Dave looking pretty weak. All of a sudden, the guy who was winning most of the match in the beginning, including over me, as far as all values concerned, is now all of a sudden in last place. They have no value. They don't have the units as well. It's very sad. So let's take a little walk here. So artillery hits my black boat. Battleship decides to hit an infantry on the city. He can't see my units above him. So he decides to just sit on the port and attack. Again, he can see my sub. He can see my sub. I don't know what his decision was in this, especially with the snow. He could have moved out. I can't move. He could have moved out, but I guess he didn't really think he could do that, so don't know about that. Again, gain some nice hits there. Not much to do, and he doesn't have the funds, so he can't do anything. And he can't recover his units because he doesn't have the money to just keep recovering and then build more. So it's looking really good for me. Wild's pushing up here, ignoring Orange Star now. Yeti Spaghetti moving in even more. And again, we have an agreement not to attack each other, so these guys are just chilling. These battlecopters, I don't have to worry about them. They're just going to go straight left. Like, this is our border, kind of. Like, I'm not going to go that way. You know, we're having a small agreement pact right now. My turn rolls in. Let's see what I can do. Let's look at the bottom there. Artillery attacks. Black bow moves away. Rocket attacks the infantry on the mountain. Sorry, artillery did. Mech finishes off. Black boat recovers. Infantry moves in. Attacks again. Again, with the snow, I can't cross mountains with my infantry, so I gotta take my time. I now see the artillery. So now my rocket can, you know, easily shoot on these guys without any issues. I do attack with the recon, giving me a lot of vision. I can see that yellow is being attacked by brown a lot. And yeah, I'm going to probably lose the recon, but I get now full vision of what's happening over here. It looks great. And again, I'm moving my sub. I now dived. Yeah, I couldn't move far, but on my next turn, it doesn't matter where he goes, I will hit him. And I can still see the battleship has not moved. And I go for my captures as well. So, looking pretty good for me. So I move in even more. Again, now I got a recon over here to give me a little bit more vision, as well as extra infantry killing, because I know I'm going to lose this one. Just almost to my super. I got an extra battlecopter to help me kill the battleship as well. So sub and battlecopter with one comm tower. Let's see how that works out for me. Grim can't really do too much, but see. So just finishes off an infantry here and then kind of covers himself over there. Orange Star's turn. Can't really do too much. They're pushing hard into Umbra Wild territory with that mean tank. Look at that. Boom. Boom. Tank can attack it too. Tank can attack it here as well. It's like, oh my god, that's suicidal. Snow's gone. Blue's turn. Can't really do too much. Big Dave is kind of dying. Yeah, there you go. Now he has a battlecopter as well here. Again, you should never underestimate Drake battlecopters, but this battlecopter has come a little too late. And look at the units. They're damaged. They can't stop me from progressing. We're Wild's pushing with Yeti Spaghetti over here as well. And like I said, that mean tank was toast. Yeti Spaghetti pushing hard into blue territory. And now it's my turn again. Knowing that I can't do anything about that battlecopter, I gotta be cautious how I want to play this. Again, I need to prepare myself to move in for a victory march, so I am starting to get my transports more in line. Go for a hits here, and I get the battlecopter kill. Let's take a look at that real quick. I want to show you guys what happened. So we take a look here. Sub attacking first with a comm tower. 38 to 44 damage. I got a 4. So that was a pretty good roll. That was like a 50% chance, or more than 50% chance. And then the battlecopter moves in. Let's take a look again at that as well. 20 to 27%. That taking into consideration, this sub did almost, if not almost, maximum damage possible. That's crazy. I don't get that lucky. My RNG is usually bad, but there you go. Boom, 20 to 27%, and I got the high roll. Killing the battleship, the only threat. Move on with my mech and T-copter, let's go. Another T-copter comes in, drops off another mech. Mech moves in, kills the tank, practically. You know, clearing out the way, gotta keep my get those properties. Getting a lot of vision as well. Moving all my infantry in, getting closer and closer. Again, we have an agreement here, so I'm not gonna kill his units. Going for the base cap here on the bottom as well. Moving in, killing, mopping up units. Look at all my guys. All my transports are coming in, dropping off units. Oh my god, look, that base is going to be mine no matter what. And even without my indirects covering me, I'm just moving in. Look, now I got this guy. Look at this. Look at this rocket. Oh, beautiful. And I have a couple infantry in the black bow as well. Building more infantry, building more transports. Infantry, mechs, transport copters. Oh my goodness. Take a look at my units here. I got 5 transport copters and a bunch of infantry. This is exactly why I chose Sammy. And so let's keep moving on. Again, Grim doesn't even realize that I'm destroying my opponents everywhere else. He's just helping me kill Big Dave, like, quickly. So now, all of a sudden, Big Dave is literally the second strongest in this game. I wouldn't consider Yeti Spaghetti the second strongest just because it's a lot of infantry that are just sitting around over here, not doing anything. So technically, Grim has the advantage, having no contention over here. And he's helping me kill Big Dave, so that's why I consider Big Dave second. But yeah, looking pretty solid. And of course, Bold Draft is still fighting 2 fronts, that's why. And then Orange Star is now realizing that he needs to help Big Dave over here. So I think that's when these two start to work together. I think it was Big Dave that actually said that he's dying. So I think they decided to work together now. Same thing with Blue. I think Yellow messaged everybody that, hey, I'm dying over here. I need help. So yeah, he uses his super, trying to prevent me from getting the victory march over here. But you guys can see, victory march is going to come into play. So he does cover his HQ with 10 infantry. The HQ disappeared. That's why I was a little confused. Well, actually, it moved. Look, see, it moved over here. It's on top of the airport now. Very glitchy, but it is right here. So do apologize for the glitchiness. But he does cover his HQ and everything, so he is preparing. And again, had he used the battlecopter, if he put the battlecopter on top of his HQ, there is a chance I may not have been able to kill it. Yeti Spaghetti pushing hard. Like I said, I think these two were working together. So Blue is dead. My turn rolls in. I do not have my super, so let's see what I do. Recon moves in, gives me vision, seeing what he has on his HQ. By the way, the HQ is not here. This is an airport. The HQ is right here, where this 10 infantry is. So I need to make my way through this while getting my super. Kills off an infantry in the bottom. Kills off a tank as well with my rocket. Mech moves in, kills the tank. Can't quite get my super just yet. Suicide against my allies' infantry to kill off a mech. And boom, I got my victory march. Bam! So now the next objective is trying to get this capture. Black boat moves in, recovers the battlecopter, recovers the infantry. 9 infantry moves in, kills the 6, 100% kill every day. Battlecopter moves in, hits the infantry on the HQ, doing 3 damage. Mech moves in with 8 and 7, kills off the HQ infantry, and mech moves in, boom, captures. Big Dave is eliminated. I get all of his properties, everything's gone. You guys can see where this is going. And I move in with all my guys, getting all of the neutral cities. Look at this. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I believe. Maybe 8? 9 properties right there. I went from 29 properties to the end of my turn, 48. Sorry, 51. It was lagging. 51. That's crazy. That is absolutely insane. Look, there's a little glitchy here. You guys can see some yellow properties still as well. Again, terrain, the weather effects definitely mess up the replay, but yeah, look at this. Look at how much territory I have. And again, I'm still building transports and still building infantry in the back because I need to get them to the front lines. These bases aren't enough to, supply me with enough infantry, so I gotta keep building. But this game, as you guys can see, is pretty much over. And now that I killed Big Dave, our agreement with Yeti Spaghetti is over. So, I don't have to worry about him too much. But he still didn't move in over here. And over here, he can't see my units, nor could I see him. So, it really didn't matter too much. And then here's my turn again now. Again, I'm just moving in, killing off all of Big Dave's units. Oh my god, look how many units I have. That's crazy. I have 63 units, guys. And look at the times too. Look at the times too. Only me and Red and Brown Desert have a lot of time on our hands. We did our turns quickly, and now everyone's kind of stalling out. We know what's coming. We know what's happening. I'm just killing everybody. Snow comes in, doesn't really matter. It's not going to slow me down too much. Blue's almost dead with a few units left. Bull Giraffe not moving out over here. Playing very passive and defensively. Yeti Spaghetti here, timed out. They stopped playing completely. 7 straight days. They didn't do a single thing. That's very unfortunate. Really wish that didn't happen, but it is what it is. As soon as I saw that, because they're right before me, I was like, oh, gotta get some transports. Gotta get over there. So I built Black Boat. I got my T-copters set. These guys are now free to move up on this side and start capturing everything, including the comm towers. So, looking pretty good there. Yeah. By the way, look at my sub just chilling there with my Black Boats. They can't do anything, and there's no point in recovering, right? So I'm just chilling out. But again, this game is now pretty much over. I will win, considering I now control half the entire map. Again, transports move in. My infantry are just going. And again, it's just this is the eventuality, right? I have way too much control now, and this game is straight up done. Blue is still alive, by the way. Blue is still alive. They're hanging in there. But their HQ is right here, and they don't have much left to work with, so you guys can. And I don't know that Blue's dying, so I ended up killing even more of his units, which is pretty funny. And there you go. They're down to 2 units. Pretty sad state for for them. And again, I'm pushing all these guys. I'm attacking Orange Star, I'm attacking Brown Desert at the exact same time. Over here, we'll start to encounter Bull Giraffe's units heading that way as well, because they're probably thinking they could get some captures in. But unfortunately, they cannot, because I, unfortunately, am in that area now. Again, easy for me to transport with this port here and airport. So you guys can see what's happening here. It's funny how my turns go. They do like a 50% turn and then another 50% turn because there's so much happening. And I have my victory march again as well. So that is also going to come in play. I'm building bombers now, medium tanks, battle copters. I'm building much bigger units now. So I have less to worry about. Yes, there's still 3 global damage COs, but at this point, I have the money, I can recover, I can take my time, I don't have to rush too hard. And with all the transports I have, I was transporting so many infantry to the front lines, I can start building power units and start to try and win this game as soon as possible. So again, it's just a matter of time. Bold Draft not going after blue anymore. They did team up. They agreed to stop capturing and they start to attack me together. So everyone, I believe everyone now is teaming up against me at this point. Victory March, I do capture blue. I do capture a lot of properties over here. This is now my territory. I do go after brown. I could not successfully get to his HQ. As you guys can see, look at this. I got a line. I just couldn't break through this turn. I was hoping that there was no infantry right here. The 6 infantry here, that guy blocked me. And I was really upset about that. But unfortunately, brown did survive this turn. And, you know, I gotta wait on that. So yeah, everyone's teaming up against me now. So there you go. Everyone's killing me. Everyone's trying to fight back. It is now a 3 versus 1, but unfortunately there's nothing they can do. I'm just push. I have brown controlled now. I don't have the infantry available to do a full cap, but I have them locked down. They cannot actually stop me. Here comes another Winter Fury as well. Oof. Of course, even though they're teaming up, this Winter Fury helps me because now they can't do anything. They lose, they get hit, right? They minus 2 HP. Bold Draft does too. And, you know, their units get weaker. I have the money, so it only makes me stronger. If they were truly working together, Wild King should not have used his power. When, you know, in the end, it's just gonna do them all in. And it's my turn. Continue to mop up forces. Going for the HQ. I got mega tanks now going out there. I got everything. I got lander here to transport from this side to this side because this is going to take too long to get through this terrain here. I built a battleship to lock down everything. Looking solid. Grim could not successfully stop me. I now have the capture here on his HQ. On my turn, I will capture it and win against him. Orange Star resigns. Bold Giraffe resigns, and last but not least, it's my turn. I'm not going to do anything. I just capture the HQ. As you guys can see, I'm clicking no more replay. I do capture this HQ on this turn, and everyone said GG. Everyone congratulated me. Well played, and that is the match. Whew, man, this was a long video because for this is a big map, as the name suggests. It is a big map. It was a lot of fun though. Again, global damage. Yes, is usually the better play, but not in this case. This case, the more units with global damage against me, Sammy's the best option because of my infantry and mechs, right? And of course, I can use indirects. Sammy is not weakened with her indirects. Only direct combat units get weakened. So this was, I think, in my opinion, I think I chose the best co for the job. Now, of course, if everyone chose Sammy, then of course it's not the best co for the job. But overall, I think Sammy was the best choice, knowing that people are going to choose global damage. And in the end, it actually worked out really well for me. So I do apologize again for the glitchiness in the replay. I was not expecting the Winter Furies to actually be so, or the Typhoon for that matter, to be so buggy. That was unexpected. So again, you guys were spoiled to the end, but as you guys can see, clearly, victory was going to be mine. I mean, the moment that Green Earth, you know, resigned, they gave me the win, pretty much. So there was that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I got to use some mega tanks, bombers, neo tanks, battleship. I got to use so many good super units as Sammy. It felt so good. And of course, multiple victory marches. Whenever you get a victory march, it's just so satisfying. Just go, even with the 1 HP unit, just go and capture something. It's just so satisfying. But yeah, that's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. thank you for those who played. If you guys ever see this video, thank you for your participation in this match. It was a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun too, regardless that, yes, you guys lost, but it was a really fun match. Again, this is Fog of War. I can't see what's happening on the other side of the map, so anything could have happened, right? And I think it was a lot of fun. I'm glad that they did not do teams from the get-go for the most part, maybe except for red and blue, but other than that, it doesn't look like anyone was really teaming at all at any given point. That's the kind of free-for-all that I appreciate. Yes, I made a pact with Lash over here, but we would have just clashed infantry. I have the advantage with the funds and the base here. They do not. So I would have eventually steamrolled them. If not, I could just steamroll them first with all my units. So other than that pact, honestly, that came after the fact too. So this is the kind of free-for-all matches I love. I hate it when people team up from the very beginning of a game, because that literally ruins the game if you tag a team against someone. Like, for example, if me and Big Dave literally tag team against Green and that's how they quit, that's terrible. Because now that's 1, 2, 3, and hell, even Blue Moon can even cross these mountains and attack. That's 4 guys attacking them. That's just not straight up fair. It should be free-for-all from the beginning, and that's one reason why I wanted to make this this video too, because great sportsmanship across the board. I loved it. Thank you guys for your free-for-all talents as well. You know, you guys made this a lot of fun, so thank you so much. There's so many multiplayer games I just get teamed up on from the very beginning, and it's very annoying, and I just quit outright. A lot of people quit because of that, and this game, as you guys can see, people didn't really necessarily quit, you know, from the very beginning, so it's really nice to see that. And then in the end, yes, they were working together, but I was gonna win, so it really didn't matter at that point. So really nice, well played game, very fun. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comments, subscribe, and yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this match. I know it's a little bit different. The layout, this map is huge. I was really trying to find a way to zoom in so you guys can see this better. So for you mobile users, I do apologize. There's just no way I could have got a zoom in on this. Yeah, there's just no way. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys found some entertainment in this. And if you didn't, again, that's just why I'm doing a public match like this, just for your guys' entertainment. If you guys find some kind of entertainment in it, I know I do. It's a lot of fun, especially for me to see, at least for me, to see what was going on. What was happening while I was winning in my side, right? What was Bull Giraffe doing in the top left? What was Grim doing, you know, in the shadows next to Big Dave while I was trying to attack Big Dave, you know? What was happening? You know, that's the kind of mystery that Fog of War brings, and that's another reason why free-for-all Fog of War is so good, because you don't know what's happening, right? That's the great thing about it. In any case, I'm yammering on too much. This video is already long enough. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. I hope to bring you more Advanced Wars content soon, but until then, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.